Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and we are going to be taking Chris to the cleaners once again. I'm sorry if you guys are sick of me talking about this idiot in regards to the stupid book that he's written, but these are very important points because instead of talking about, what they had for dinner, this is actually gonna hurt him and hurt him badly. Now, as you may be aware, for the past couple of weeks, he's been promoting his book, and he has also been promoting this prize competition that goes with it.
12 p.m. we'll be put into a prize draw and drawn at random. 2 people are going to win a fully built, customized, to yourself online business. So I'm going to build, me personally, I'm going to build you 2 people, an online business in a niche that you choose yourself, fully customized the way you want it to be, so that I'm going to hand it to you basically, and it'll be already a business already set up and running.
So what did Chris do? So we've been talking for the last few days about whether or not he actually planned on, picking the winners and everything. And I personally, I like to think the best of people, even Chris, believe it or not. And I actually have kind of defended him and said, I don't think he's going to scam anybody because this prize is costing him nothing. Probably takes him about 10-20 minutes to set up, and it's good to go for the winners, right? So I didn't think that he would scam anybody. Honestly, I didn't. But then he put up these stories yesterday on Instagram of the actual winners. So as you can see, the winners are order number 1915 and order number 2011. And let's look closer at what is actually put up here. You can see the random number generator, which is used to, pick the winner. And this is the interesting part. So on these random number generators, you have to enter a lower limit and an upper limit. He has entered numbers 1001 and 4039, which means he is saying to this generator, I want to pick an order number that falls between those numbers, which means that he is telling the generator that he has sold 3,038 books. He's claiming that he sold 3,038, despite the fact that, Sarah and Chris, both of them have said that they've sold about 1,000. It's an unnecessary lie, obviously, but however, we know that they haven't even sold anywhere near that amount. So it seems a bit random that you would, claim that you've been selling that amount. As we can see by this screenshot here, to date, they've only sold a grand total of 271. Now, that's a lot less than the 3,000 odd that they're actually claiming, but this also represents an actual issue because who won these prizes? Do these prizes even exist? Do these order numbers even exist? That is the question. Now, I can prove that those numbers don't exist, and I'll show you right now. This is exclusive information. So this is my personal order confirmation from when I bought the book myself, and as you can see, my order number is number 1082. So what does that tell us? Well, that tells us that number 1082 actually exists in his system. He can't make that up. He can't say, well, 1082 doesn't exist, because I know it does exist. So we don't know for certain that 1001 even exists. It's just a number that he's entered into the system, but we do know that 1082 exists. Now, how can I explain this in simple terms, right? So if we take 1082, which is the minimum number that does exist, and add the 271 books that he's sold. So it goes in chronological order, right? He can start the order system from any number that he likes, but once he's started it, so you can start your order numbers from 1035 or 10,069 or whatever you want it to start at, but once it starts, it goes in chronological order. So we know for certain there's a 1082, a 1083, a 1084, etc. Those definitely exist. So if we take 1082, definitely exists because that's my number, and add the 271 which he's sold, that equals 1353. Okay, so the maximum number, and it's probably a bit less than this, but the maximum number of the higher upper limit order number is 1353. I hope I've explained this in the best possible sense, right? So bear in mind that there's no order number that exists above 1353, and then his claims that the winners are numbers 1915, which is about nearly 600 order numbers above the upper limit, and 2011, and that's even higher. So we can take from this that he is full of shit. Those numbers do not exist. 100% guaranteed. I mean, it's fairly obvious. I mean, he's put in 3,000 as the amount that he sold, so obviously that's a lie anyway. But with this, me showing the order numbers, and you know for certain 100% that doesn't exist. Now that represents, it's not just a lie, and this is where people need to understand, it's not just a lie, it's actually illegal. So this is taken from the ASA website about selecting winners for competitions. Promoters of prize draws should ensure that prizes are awarded in accordance with the laws of chance. If a verifiably random computer process is used, the ASA would expect to see evidence of this. If such a computer program has not been used, winners must be selected by or under the supervision of an independent observer. But he's claiming to have used a computer process, random computer process. He'd have to prove that to the ASA if they asked him. The ASA upheld complaints about a prize draw. Now, this will interest you, Chris and Sarah. The ASA upheld complaints about a prize draw because although the promoter explained that they had randomly selected a shortlist of 100 participants from a hat, and that they selected the final winner randomly from this shortlist, they provided ASA with no evidence to demonstrate that this was the case. That was Molly May, Chris. Molly May, one of your heroes. So, she got done for the same thing. Well, actually, no, she was incredibly more legitimate because her prizes, I think, did actually exist, and her winners did exist, but she just couldn't prove how she came to the winners, how she picked the winners. However, I couldn't find anything, believe it or not, on the ASA website about scams. I mean, scamming, there is a section on scams, but there's nothing specifically about scamming competition prizes. I think the ASA actually assume that most people give prizes and just don't do it like in a fair way. They don't really talk about too much about not giving prizes out. Anyway, we know that it's an illegal thing. There's a whole section on competition and how you must be fair and transparent. You also, Christopher, this will be interesting to you, you also have to provide information about winners. reasonable information. It suggests here that you should provide their surname and maybe a location. But you've just provided an order number, and that's not enough. That's not enough. I mean, it's not, right? As a competition entrant, right? Because this does directly affect me. I bought the book, right? And I was entered into a prize draw, which was an incentive for you to buy the book, right? And I was in that draw, and I did not stand a chance to win the prize. And that is, that's illegal, Chris. I'm sorry. So you can keep doing this, Chris, but the more you do it, there's a whole range of crap you're getting yourself into. I'm sorry, but this is really, really serious now. It is like you are piling on every single day. What more can I do? What more evidence can I give to everybody to compile a short list of the crappiest crapness that you've ever done? And the ASA will have an absolute field day with you. Because the more you do, the other day, I submitted 4 separate cases of you breaking the ASA guidelines. 4. And that was just on one day, right? Just on this book alone. That's ridiculous. This will be another one. That's 5. And I've got another one coming up. I'm sorry, but it is actually quite serious though, Chris. You know, you're doing all this, you're getting your family into shit, you are going to cause them no ends of problems, because even though you claim to be earning £10,000 a day, right, obviously that's crap, but if you had any sort of money, you would not take these sort of risks at all. You run the risk of, having the whole operation shut down. So that is that. I hope everybody's learned something here. I try to be as clear and concise as I possibly could. If you have any questions, just ask me. I'll try to explain it. And yeah, until next time, keep your eyes peeled, because we've got some bangers coming up. Have a lovely day. Give this video a thumbs up and comment all your thoughts down below. Have you been taken in by one of Chrissy's scams? And subscribe to the channel if you are new. Until next time, take care of yourselves and bye bye.